Hi friends, my name is Colby Sharp. I'm a 5th grade teacher in Michigan, about to enter my 13th year of teaching. I'm recording this about 3.5 hours before Meet the Teacher Night, and tomorrow will be my first day with my new group of learners. I'm so excited to meet them and to spend the next 180 or so days on a hopefully a remarkable journey with them. I'm really excited. You will probably notice that my classroom is extremely bare. There's not a lot on the walls. It's not super fancy. It's not going to win any prizes on Instagram, but it works. It works for us, and we will build it together. And in 1, 5, 10, 20, 30, 180 days, it'll look a lot different. Hopefully, it will be a space where we can learn and grow and read and write and think, and just hopefully it can be a really special space for them. All right, I'm going to take you around now. All right, so we'll just start with a quick 360. All right, and that concludes the tour. Just kidding. All right, we'll start over here. We have this giant table. It used to be in my principal's office. She needed something a little smaller, so I didn't steal it. She let me have that. Here we have our classroom library. The beginning of our classroom library, realistic fiction, are in tubs 1, 2, and 3. Down here we have realistic fiction picture books. Some of the books are still in the wrong tub, I noticed. Hopefully I'll have time to straighten those out before Meet the Teacher Night. Fantasy 6 and 7, fantasy picture books. Fantasy spills in over to here. We also have some folk tales, and then we get down here into some of our author tubs. This is definitely not Tom Engelberger, neither is that or that. Yikes, that actually goes in the What Would Win series right there. And we'll hang on to this for a little longer. Books often find themselves in wrong places. Not a big deal. We just fix them. I'm noticing some other errors as well. That's not Judy Blume. Oh, we're so not ready for Meet the Teacher Night. We'll get there though. This is how it really works. That's not Bad Kitty. Probably should have done this before I took you on the journey, but that's okay. Historical fiction, tub 15. Then graphic novels, you'll see, take up a very large portion of our room. These are from Dot Day last year. Those need to come down. Yikes, a few more up there. It's real, folks. Meet the Teacher Night is coming. We still have some work to do. But I'm not stressed about it because it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. Every student will have their own book box. We'll get those passed out the very first day of school. They'll get their name on it. They can't put things inside desks because we don't really have desks. So all the stuff they need will fit in there. Great pencil sharpener. And those bins will go here and here and here and a couple other places in the room. This right here is a spot where our class tortoise will live for the year, Biko. She's a Russian tortoise, I think 28, 29 years old. She is staying with one of my students from last year, and she'll be back very soon. You can see we have this long extension cord because we have the fan going usually, but right now it's not because I don't want you to have to listen to it, but it's super hot in the room, no air conditioning. These are exciting to me, probably not to anyone else. These are original varsity letters from when it was Parma High School. Parma and Spring Arbor merged to create Western High School, but these are original letters from the 1950s hanging in my classroom. I think it's kind of cool. We have an empty bulletin board because that's how we like to start the year. And you can see some more tubs. A lot of our nonfiction are over here. Kind of break biography down a little bit, make it a little easier for kids to find what they're looking for. Same thing with animals. Everything used to be in 70, broke it down, make it a little easier for kids to find what they are looking for. Magazines. Started collecting magazines and subscribing to magazines last year. We have a lot now, so within the first month or so, I will probably start to get separate, like those magazine things for each one of our magazines. We weren't quite ready yet, but we got so many over the summer. Some forms for Meet the Teacher Night. Our first 2 read-alouds, our first picture book read-aloud, our first novel read-aloud. Super excited about both of those. Some poetry. I don't know where I just put the Sharon Creech book. There's another copy of Love the Dog, but those go here. We also have just some sports books there. One of my students made me that last year. Isn't that awesome? I think so. Some kind of my little family shelf here. There's the squad. I was a huge baseball card collector as a kid. This is the only card I have left, I think. I thought I had a I have a Michael Jordan card over here too. Kind of have a little bit from childhood, a little bit there. A teacher in our school gave me a coffee pot. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it. I like to drink coffee in the morning, but I don't know if I want to have a pot in my room. Electronics, notebook. One of my students made that. That just made my heart sing. We have some cool art from some cool creators. A little Deborah Friedman row. You see me present, I talk about this a lot. My mom got this for me. I teach in the village of Parma. I also grew up there, pretty special. Another blank bulletin board, thinking this might be like our classroom book-a-day bulletin board. We'll see. A lot of times when we create anchor charts on reading and writing and social studies, I like to put those in here. Oh yeah, I teach reading, writing, social studies. I like to put our anchor charts there for kind of what we're learning, but it would also be a really cool spot for classroom book-a-day. I like big books and I cannot lie. A student made me that last year. More art from our favorite creators. One of my students made that. It made me happy. Check out this Lauren Castillo piece. That's from Nerd Camp. And my daughters were in her session and they created that one. And there's AJ's. Back when she used to write her J's backwards, now she's a 4th grader. We have 20 Chromebooks. Easel, ready for some learning. This is Bruno. When Bruno gets to that screw right there filled with coins, I take it back and buy some books. It's probably like 80% my coins, and sometimes kids put coins in there. But we're always saving for more books. Cupboards, all the cupboards are labeled. Well, most of them are labeled with what is inside. If it is a green, I guess anything that's labeled, those are cupboards for kids, things that kids need. Yeah, the green and blue mean kids can get them, but yellow is for me. That's nasty. We need to fix that. Just a few of my things up here that those aren't for the kids. Is that fun? I like it. Has some work to do. Have some books that need to go where they need to go. We'll get to that. I often say that I don't think that good teaching and workshop comes in a box. We have a box right here. So these are some of the books that I have been going back to this year over the summer to help me get ready for my class. So it'd be fun to share some of those with you. Sarah's Being the Change. We're going to kick off our year very first day, maybe the second day. I can't remember. I think it's the second day because the first day is a half day. We're going to kick it off right here, looking at our identities and doing some identity webs and taking a lot from this wonderful book. If you don't have this book, you're really missing out. Also really been focusing in on a lot on writing and helping writers. So revisiting Ruth's book this summer. The one book that I look at every single year, The Book Whisperer by Donald Miller. Excited to try something. I mean, every year, just so much of our class is rooted in the great things that we learned from Donald. So thankfully, I was able to spend some time in that book this summer. A must-own for all teachers, 180 Days. If you teach anything at any grade level, this book will really help you think about long-term planning and creating a year of success with your kids. I love this book. I think that this really will join this as 2 books that I look at forever. Another brilliant book, Kids First from Day One. Big idea, setting up your classroom. Start with a blank canvas, not a finished masterpiece. Look at this blank canvas, folks. It is ready for the kids. It is ready for the learning. It is ready for their greatness. I'm ready. I hope the kids are ready too. I wish you the best school year of your life. I hope all is well. I hope that you get to have a wonderful year with your learners and that you create magic every day in your classroom. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have an awesome-tastic day and happy.